So I tried making Bass House again, and this is what I got. So I don't know if that's Bass House or not. I think it is, maybe it's not, I don't know. But anyway, let's check out how I made it. So the first thing we're looking at is the build-up. Good build-up will create a lot of tension coming into your drop. So that's what I tried to do here. First thing we've got is some snares. And then as the build-up rises, they get a bit faster. And then in the very last part of it, they rise up an octave and start filtering out. Next up, we've got some impacts and down rises. And then we've got an upriser. Next up, we've got this like clock sort of sample. Now we've got a synth hit. And then as the build-up progresses, that gets faster. Then next we've got another down riser and another up riser. So first we go down. And then we go up. And we've got some more little short white noise effects. We've got a snare fill right in the middle of the build-up. And just this little reverse, little like reverb reverse thing. And then right at the end of our build-up, we've just got not a snare fill, it's more like a clap fill. And then finally, we've got our lead that starts filtering in. And then as the build-up progresses, the lead opens up more and then filters out with some reverb. So altogether, this is what our build-up sounds like. So I think that build-up does a pretty good job of building some good tension into the drop. Talking of the drop, let's see how I made it. So the first thing is our drums. We've got a nice punchy kick. And we've got a clap. Got some open hats. Got a crash. And then finally we've got a percussion loop. Then altogether we get this, just nice simple drums. Then next up, I just added in this sort of like ambient pluck. Now let's move on to our bass. All this is in Serum. We've got oscillator A just on the basic shapes on a sine wave, then oscillator B just on this standard triangle wave. And next we've got our filter on the MG low 24, the cutoff turned pretty much right up. And we've got that cutoff routed to LFO1 just to create a little bit of movement. Then we just got the noise on the bright white just to bring in some white noise and bring in a bit more high end. And then finally, we've got distortion on the tube distortion with the drive pretty much all the way up. Got a compressor on multiband. Then we've got an EQ just ducking a few frequencies. And then a filter on the MG low 6. Cut off pretty much all the way up. So you get this. Now let's come on to our first lead. First lead is a pretty simple one. It is just a Vital preset with an EQ cutting all the lows, some OTT, overdrive, and a compressor just sidechaining. You get this. And for this drop, I decided to do more of a call and response type. So we've got a second lead made out of 2 layers. We've got first and our second. Together, we get this. Next, I just added in this bass hit just to fill up some of that space at the very start. The next up, I just added in these little percussion hits on the response part just to change up the feel of the bass a little bit. They don't feel like they do much just by themselves, but if I add it in with the drums and bass, they don't add a crazy amount, but they just change up the rhythm of the bass a little bit. Then next up, I just added in this little pluck. For that, I just got that pluck, added heaps of reverb to it, froze it, flattened it, turned it into its own sample, then just cut some of that reverb tail, burst it, and some volume automation to get this. And then we did the same thing with this as well. And next up, we've just got that clock sort of sample. Just again, just a little transitional sort of thing. And then we've just got our final fills. That is how you make a nice, deep, dark, bass house track, or what I think is a bass house track. If you don't think it's bass house, let me know. Let me know what genre you think it is. I say it's bass house, but you know, whatever. But that is all I've got for you today, guys. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you liked it. Hopefully you found some value out of it. But thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, give the video a like, leave some comments, do all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Now, let's listen to the final result.